2004. I am Tempo, joined by Rifkin.
Yes, you are. And joining us, of course, the two players in this match, plus Saber, but Sabra, whatever. Spawning here in the bottom left corner of the map. This guy just recently won my own tournaments. It was the Safety Net. He's the TSN champion. I give you the red Protoss.
State.
And in the top right corner of the map, weighing in at some odd amount of pounds, loving to eat chicken, living in Korea, it's from Axiom, the blue, Taryn
Hart.
Ba-bum, 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 ba-bum.
Oh boy.
All right.
So State actually is, checking it out. He knows, studying his opponents here.
I think it's a good move, but studying Hart is going to not be enough to beat him, I don't think. Hart is really good at reacting. These two actually played, what was it? The last time I cast State versus Hart was Lone Star Clash at the end of last year. And
wow.
State, that was like back in Frost map pool days, right?
Yeah.
State got walloped. Hart just played so good, and ever since then, Hart's TVP has always been some of the best. Like, just bottom line on his team, like, beats out Ryung when it comes to TVP, beats out other players, I think, when it comes to versus Protoss, period. Like, I don't think anyone's versus Protoss stats on Axiom are as good as his. I could be talking out my ass with this, but I'm just talking out of games I've seen Hart play versus Protoss. He knows what to do, and he's not shy to pull the boys. He's not scared to play all in. He's willing to do what it takes to win, and that's why I really like watching him play.
Yeah. Well, what about State? His style. I know that I've watched him stream a bit more. He has a more, I don't know, does he have a more conservative style in TVP, or is he more the type of aggressive, get it in your face with some blink action, perhaps?
Well, there wasn't a lot of Terran for State to play when I got to see him in our tournament. He played, I think it was, I'm going to get his name wrong, someone's going to kill me. I think it was Cross. He played in the round of 8. It was either Cross or Xenos, I can't remember. Anyways, the point is, he played a TVP that he won 3-2, and it was a pretty back and forth series, but it wasn't like your standard games where you're like, man, I'm just gonna sit back here and turtle up to like Colossus and have a good time. Now, State's one to go for Templar. State's one to play with Charge quite a bit, but I think one of the biggest things that impressed me was, well, it wasn't versus Terran. He's also shown us he's very capable of using Warp Prism play as well. Which can easily translate over to the Terran matchup as well.
Yeah, if I can kind of give, I don't know, kind of summation of State. He's a very fast player, He likes to do things, kind of like Bales, who will, make some Phoenixes and just needs to do something. He doesn't want to sit back at home and just chill. And I'm always wanting to be on the map, perhaps, if he can.
I just looked up State's Aligulac ratings really quick to see what's going on. First off, he's got a 50% win rate versus Terran, but what's interesting, he's actually almost 50% across the board.
Oh, wow.
And I'm not talking 51% and 49%. No, like 50%,
50 straight up,
50.53. His last versus Terran matches, though, not looking too good for him. He lost to Alive in something recently, and lost to Melantes, lost to Intense, and lost to Gumiho, all within the most recent days. So that kind of doesn't bode well for fighting against someone like Hart.
Yeah. Well, he's going to be going for that Blink style, getting it right before the robotics facility. And Hart, though, has just been going in. He tried to scout. He did not get a chance to see the Twilight, though. So he has no idea what State is doing at the moment. He just knows that he has those units, the 2 Stalkers and the Zealot at the top of the ramp. He might have been able to see the Robo, though, but no, it doesn't look like it was the case. So the Reaper, his death would be in vain. Perhaps a scan later on will reveal what is going to be going on here. It doesn't look like it's going to be like a crazy all-in, though. Oh, wait, well. Let's see how many more gateways he adds. But I'm intrigued. See how State will do this, man. On Hart's side of things, though, he's getting that engineering bay. At least the first one. Excuse me, sorry.
You okay there, buddy? Yikes.
Yeah, I was like... I knew it. Like, I should have taken a drink of water right before it, but... At least what I was saying is that, like, on Hart's side of things, he's just going into singular upgrades, and hasn't really started any tech as far as his bio upgrades yet. So, is that a bit later? No, just maybe his style.
I honestly wouldn't know too much off the top of my head. Like I said, we see our State's TVP very selectively, and Hart doesn't let a lot of his matches get cast. Even though I did see him play in a lot of like the IEM qualifiers and all that jazz, we didn't get to see him play. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm picking up what you're putting down. I'm
picking up what you put down.
So, I believe there was a little bit of a drop attempt. I have no idea what's in my throat, though. I got a frog in my throat, Rifkin.
Yeah.
It's like
frog on the log at the bottom of the sea. Yeah. Oh, double 4Gs. Okay, this is a little bit greedy out of State, I feel. I mean, there's some minor harass coming his way, and I don't think it's going to disrupt him because he already has Colossus out. But when you go for double upgrades as a protest player, you're really hoping your Terran opponent's not getting too aggressive. If you're going to invest gas and minerals to that +1/+1, if you're going to go +2 and +2 and so forth, it's really, really expensive, and your army supply is going to very heavily lack because of this. Tries to bait out the wood mine shot. A little bit slow on the reaction.
Takes a little bit of a chunk of HP from that mothership core. But I think Hart was able to scout right there and see that it was double forward. So he knows that State will be playing a bit greedy. Probably going to be lacking in the unit department for a bit. And we'll see if he decides to exploit that at all. Because State is going to be in a spot where he just kind of has to hang on for a bit. He does have Blink, but you know, that's it. That's all he has going for him are the Blink Stalkers.
I think what does worry me, though, again, going back to this upgrades for a moment, is that it's, if uncontested, these pull State ahead really big. But Hart's at double forges, Hart's an opportunity to strike, and he is going to try and move across the map. Now, there are Colossus to defend. There's a third base on the way. There's a lot of things State is doing that's, quite frankly, very greedy. And I mean, you know, any one of them, whether it's the third or whether it's the upgrades, I mean, he's going to look great coming out of this, but he's got to get through it first. He's down in supply, which means he doesn't have nearly as much to split towards the main as well as the Nashville to defend against simultaneous attacks. And while some Stalkers are distracted over here in the main for what is 2 Widow Mines, he's going to stim out of these Colossus and maybe get a kill. Gets the Mothership Core to start, Tempo.
Yeah, that Mothership Core goes down because it did get softened up a bit earlier. But Extended Thermal Lance is done. State going to do an aggressive blink forward, which means that he won't be able to micro back. Not really feeling like he needs to at the moment with those 2 additional Colossi. But there is another drop in the main. That Widow Mine only got 2 kills. State dealing with this pretty well.
Yeah,
really he's taking a third. Yeah.
Now, what's really important is noting that this was going to be a real third all the way through, not like a fake third or anything. He did overprobe the Nashville. He's still producing probes now. He has every intention to saturate this up and actually make use of this base. But this is a big vulnerable spot now open to him. If his whole army's over here on the right side, it doesn't take much more than 1 drop from Hart to destroy the main.
Gonna have to split really nicely here. He has to notice, keeping a tab on the army of Hart. Does have the Observer there, which is awesome, and he also has the Observer north of his main. So I think State, you know, he survived a very scary part of that without really losing anything.
Yeah, he has had to dump Chronos and everything else other than his upgrades, though, so not quite getting in with greedy upgrades just yet, but I like this charge, actually. We do have Hart moving towards EMPs. Ghosts, EMPs are going to be very critical to anything, especially Templar, but charge lots are one of these units that are... Okay, you need the EMP to soften up the shields, but they've got so much base armor through their health anyways, they're just going to tear a hole through anything they connect to, whether it's a Marauder, whether it's a Marine. So play it safe for State and you should be okay. Gets a little bit greedy going for the medevac. Good thing he's got Blink.
Yeah, that would have been... you don't want to lose those Stalkers, because once you lose that capability of defending and the mobility, then the Terran can really, really exploit that quite a bit. State's Colossus count is getting up there, though. You know, he's up to 5, and there's only 6 Vikings out on the map. So, with this Doom drop, this could be pretty devastating if State doesn't see it coming, but he does have the Observer there. It just depends on which route that Hart decides to take in there. This is the part where it's scary, because you have to defend 3 fronts.
Yeah, the quad drop, I think, is the biggest scary bit, because this is going to snipe the Nexus. Look at it. He put a lot of Marauders in here intentionally instead of Marines. This is going to snipe off buildings, but there's spotty kills otherwise. Recalls to the main.
Wow, he's not playing around.
Overcharge. He's not playing around, but that does suddenly mean the third base was open. If Hard to realize that a little bit sooner, he perhaps could have gone and taken that out, but... That's a photon overcharge. That's no more. That's a time warp. That's no more. Let's be honest. When you're on 5 Colossus, a time warp is perhaps the biggest thing that's going to kill Bio. Oh, SCV's getting pulled though, Tempo. He's pulling the boys.
Oh my God! With no time warp either. That's actually a really
He's 134 army supply. He's got Vikings up the wazoo. He's got so many SCVs on the front line. For Hart's sake,
Ghosts.
This should be dangerous. He's got so many. Yeah, Ghosts are going to EMP the heck out of things. Where are those Colossus at right now? Are they at the third of the main? Cameraman? Where are the Colossus
where are
at?
they? Oh, they're in the natural here.
Okay, they're in the natural.
But he got up the ramp.
Even so, getting up the ramp, look at it. Okay, there's storms coming down. This is really nice. He backs away from this, but the Viking count is still out of control, crazy big. We'll see what the EMPs go down on. We're still waiting to see them go off on the Zealous on top. There we go. Nice EMP on top of the Zealous. Storm dodging like a boss because all the tailboard are stuck on the high ground. Vikings, they take out the last Colossus. There's nothing left in the air.
At all, and there's no more storms left either. There's so much bio here, landing the Vikings as well. And State might have got caught, man. Look at the supply, 117 army supply to 49.
Like
a lot of that army, a lot of the supplies and probes, and they're not going to help here.
Hart is not afraid to pull the boys when necessary, and he did a great push with this. But we do see some recovery starting to come out of State. Nexus dies, and that sucks. But can he kill up this army? It looks like not going to be the case. GG is called, and Hart will take game number 1.
Wow. Solid play, man.
Well, his macros.
Series of the night. Here is going to be another TVP for y'all, Rifkin. Let these audience know who these players are in case they're just joining us.
Well, spawning in the northern location. He's currently off 1 in the series in his best of 3. Again, the preliminary matches, guys. So no losers match, no winners match just yet. But the color of blood in which he pumps, it's going to be Axiom's Red Terran.
Hart.
And his opponent on the leftmost side of Catalina. Hoi, hoi, hoi. It's going to be the blue Protoss.
State.
All right, Tempo, you got a pretty good look at these guys that last game. What are your overall thoughts? What's going through your mind right now when you come into the matchup? Like, does State really, like, what can he do? Does he have a chance? Is Hart going to win this? Like, what's the deal?
I don't know how to think right now because I feel like State didn't really take a lot of damage setting up his infrastructure and his economy. It looked really good, actually, but I don't know. Maybe there was some kind of nervousness with the execution and not the confidence. He saw like the boys coming a little bit too late, and had already recalled into his main, and he didn't.
Phrasing.
What up? Oh,
phrasing.
Yeah, I'll do it all day, man. It's just a way of life, apparently.
But not if they're doing that, man.
No,
you can't make.
I know, right? We are a PG-13, right?
I don't know. Saber, where are we at for this? Can we, like...
Not anymore.
What's going on, man? I didn't come here to start talking about child pornography with Tempo. I came here to cast some mother flipping StarCraft 2 because the hashtag passion.
Yes. Oh, well. A very different opener here, actually, out of Hart. Looking like he wants to go for... Oh, no. It's going to be Hellions coming out of this factory.
Ooh, I think he might elevate these in, actually. If he goes for 4, it doesn't send the first 2 across the map. Otherwise, he will go with Widow Mines just to drop. 3 is still an interesting amount. But this is almost for certain going to be a medevac coming out of this pretty quick. Drop something, anything. I mean, you could do like 4 Marines, a Widow Mine, 6 Marines, a Widow Mine, but I gotta say, I kind of was wishing he would just go straight up Hellions. 2 Hellions can run across the map and sometimes kill probes at the natural, and that's cool and all, but if you straight up drop 4 to the main, oh boy, that could catch people off guard.
Yep. And I mean, you kind of...
Ooh.
There you go. Yeah, they're just gonna go dart
fast.
on in. They're so fast, Rifkin, man. They got
that
like
quick
the nitro.
It's going to cost him. And this gets the overcharge. Really nicely done for 200 minerals. He gets the photon overcharge and a couple of probe kills. Actually, did he kill enough to make that worthwhile? He killed a total of 3 probes, so not quite worthwhile. But look at this follow-up. It's a mix. It's the A team of units. There's a Hellion. There's some Marines. There's a Widow Mine.
Yeah.
And sadly, there's no photon overcharge to defend this. If the Widow Mine goes on the ramp, the Marines and the Hellion will kill any probes here at the natural.
Yeah, that's going to be really rough here. Without having that photon overcharge, I mean, the Hellions, like, it was such a quick overcharge, you know?
He's
felt
going to
like
go for the mothership core kill.
Oh my god, yeah, he's going to target it down. Probes coming off the line, but they're getting pulled into Hellions.
That was kind of cool. Okay, so State did that on purpose. He tried to move them on top of the Widow Mine so the friendly fire would kill the Marines. It was great in concept, but did not come out in practice. However, not done with the attack. He's drawing the Stalkers to the bottom of the ramp. Medevac looking for a way to get in.
Gotta be careful. That's very, very low, up to 32 HP. One Stalker gonna look at it down, stare it down in the eyes, and say, "I dare you." And
there's the void.
Yeah, just like say, "What'd you say?" Oh, it's my line, man. Like, Oh, hate, I'm programmed to say this. I can't
let's
think
not
of anything else.
There's still a Widowmine in here, so even if he doesn't unload anything else other than just the Widowmine as he drops by, this could still do a lot of damage. Prosing pulled immediately. Oh, no. Oh, he gets the kill! Are you serious?
Wow.
Wow!
I always get so scared whenever anyone does that. It's such a ballsy move, and
if the
we see it fail more.
If the Widowmine's full health and probes start with a full surround on it, they actually can't kill the Widowmine before it burrows.
Really? Yeah, that would have been disaster.
It was softened up already. Like, oh man, that was.
And the fact that he was so fast at reacting too.
I wonder if State did that on purpose, though, if that was luck, because it did kind of look like he was anticipating Marines, so he's just trying to get this round ahead of time. I don't think. Not entirely sure if he knew it was the Widowmine or not. Either way, it did work out quite well for him. Secondary drop coming in with another Widowmine, a couple more Marines.
Yep.
So damage could be minimal.
Going into the main to distract State as well, as the Hellions are going to come into the natural again, but State not just going to leave yet. Yeah.
You can kill the one stock if it's not a problem. Probe's going to have trouble getting pulled through that mineral line. And as they go through the natural base, Hellions get on in. We'll see how much damage these guys can do. He's really putting State on the rocks with this, though, and he's just not devastating him, but he is putting him behind with every attack. Now, it's costing Hart a lot of money to make this happen, but I mean, 14 probe kills completely pulls off mining in the main. For half the cost of the losses so far, this has been so very good for Hart.
Yeah, he is peeling State apart. Like, State is just struggling, trying to get something, trying to deal with the minimal losses, but not really having the luck.
He's just got no income. He's pull off of minerals.
He keeps pulling probes off. Yep. And behind this, Hart is setting up.
Drop in the main, drop in the main, drop in the main.
And
just when you get back to
probe. This is just rough, man. This is just, it's brutal.
Even if these are
19
full meta
workers.
If this was like 8 Marines and not just 4, I mean, Hart is doing this with like half-ass drops, and he's still just destroying 19 workers. Like, we look at the actual count right now, and it looks even, but State should already be set. He shouldn't have to waste a single chrono boost on getting probes remade. Everything should be going to the blink or the +1 or anything like this. But this has cost him quite a bit. So great damage done by Hart so far, and above all else, he retains the medevacs.
Exactly, and we'll be getting all of his tech that he would like to get, the stim as well as a combat shield and +1 once again. So once again, we're seeing a little bit later of a stim, but of course, what did we just see? So much damage getting done with drop play, and he's just setting himself up in order to eventually overwhelm State, who hasn't even really had the chance to get any of those high-tech units out. He's been just kind of like surviving. I don't even think there's a Colossus out. Yeah, there's no Colossus out, and
I'm a believer. All right, so
what is? Yeah.
I don't think about the Colossus. I don't know about the Colossus, man. Like, it's necessary, but I kind of almost wish he would bait this out. Like, Hearthstone did this once, and I keep referencing it. I've never seen anyone do it since, so maybe I should stop referencing it. But when he played versus Bunny a little while ago, what he did was he got the Colossus out, made Bunny think it was going to be a big dedication to it, but quickly made Templar Archives. And hey, there we go.
Yeah.
Actually, it's going down because, well, in that instance, I was referring to Hearthstone didn't waste gas on extended thermal lance. State's actually just trying to get everything, so it's not a fake out, but it is going to be costly. And I don't know if he'll have anything in time to deal with this, because there's a lot of Marauders that just stim happily into the non-extended thermal lance range of the Colossus.
Yep, +1 Marauders and Marines here. Concussive Shell not quite done yet, but it's not really the biggest deal if you are chasing in. But he's already on the doorstep. Like, he's right there, knocking, and I don't see any other drop that will be here. He's just going to go right for the battle, and good force whips from State. Still leaving one open slot, though, maybe just to let them funnel in. That's just scary, man. Dancing with the devil, playing with fire, if you will.
The devil.
Because that's scary, man. It's only one Colossus here. So he's going in. State's not paying attention. He's going to lose the... Oh, no, the Colossus
are way too late.
Far too late.
It's hard to play against somebody like Hart, though. I mean, like, to watch this, like, State's getting picked apart, and State's maybe made to look, like, bad at the matchup, but he's not. This is just Hart being incredibly good at the matchup.
Yes.
GG, well played. Guys, Hart's going to hit the Series 2. We will get that really sick winners match. The team.
Yeah, man. TVT.